Are you actually happy? Not distracted, not entertained, not just surviving, but truly happy? Because sometimes the loudest laugh in the room hides the most tired person, and maybe that person is you. Have you ever smiled around people, then felt completely empty the second you got home? Have you ever told everyone I'm okay because explaining the truth felt too exhausting? Think about it. When was the last time you sat alone with your thoughts? Without opening your phone? Yeah, that silence scares a lot of people, because silence forces us to meet ourselves. You know what's scary? Some people spend years chasing happiness, without realizing they've been running in the wrong direction the whole time. They think happiness is money, followers, attention, relationships, validation, but once they finally get those things, why do they still feel empty? Why does the room still feel cold at night? Why do they still stare at the ceiling thinking, why doesn't any of this feel enough? Maybe because happiness was never something you could buy. Maybe it's something you stopped destroying. Social media taught people how to look happy, not how to be happy. There's a difference. Now, people flex vacations they didn't enjoy, relationships they secretly hate, friendships that drain them. Everybody wants to look successful. Nobody wants to admit they're struggling, and honestly, that's exhausting. Imagine waking up every day pretending to be someone else, just so people keep liking you. Would that even feel like living anymore? Some people are so busy becoming the version the internet wants that they completely lose themselves. Maybe that's why so many people feel lost now. Not because they failed, but because they forgot who they were before the world told them who to become. Have you ever changed yourself just so people wouldn't leave you? And if you did, was it worth it? You know, one of the loneliest feelings ever, being surrounded by people and still feeling alone. That feeling when you're with friends, everyone's laughing, everyone's talking. But deep down, you feel disconnected from everything. Like your body is there, but your mind isn't. Some people call it burnout. Some call it depression. But sometimes, it's just emotional exhaustion. People get tired. Not physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually. Tired of pretending. Tired of overthinking. Tired of trying. And the worst part, most people never notice, because the people struggling the most usually become experts at hiding it. The funny friend, the helpful friend, the strong friend. Sometimes those are the people silently begging for help. Have you ever checked on someone and realized they were barely holding themselves together? Or maybe nobody checked on you. A lot of people think happiness means having a perfect life, but no life is perfect. Every person you admire has problems you know nothing about. The rich have pressure. The famous have anxiety. The loved have heartbreak. Nobody escapes pain. So maybe happiness was never about avoiding pain. Maybe it's about learning how to live despite it. Because think about this. Some people have everything and still hate their lives. Meanwhile, some people have almost nothing and still smile genuinely. Why? Because happiness isn't always connected to what you own. Sometimes it's connected to peace, and peace is rare now. People can't even eat without checking notifications. People can't rest without feeling guilty. People can't enjoy the moment because they're too busy recording it. Do you ever feel like life is moving too fast? Like days are blending together? Wake up, school, work, phone, sleep, repeat, and suddenly months disappear. That's terrifying. Let me ask you something. Would the younger version of you be proud of who you became? Not your money, not your followers, not your appearance? You, your heart, your mindset, your soul? Because when we were kids, happiness was simple. A good meal, a funny moment, playing outside, laughing for no reason. Now, people need constant stimulation just to feel something. And honestly, that says a lot. Somewhere along the way, people stopped appreciating small moments. And maybe that's why happiness feels harder now, because real happiness was never loud. It was quiet. It was the peace of being accepted, the comfort of feeling safe, the feeling of being understood. But now everyone's chasing intensity. More money, more attention, more validation. And somehow, people feel emptier than ever. Comparison destroys happiness faster than failure ever could, because failure teaches lessons. Comparison teaches self-hate. The moment you start measuring your life against everyone else's highlight reel, you lose. Someone will always look richer, prettier, smarter, more successful. There is no finish line. And the scary part? People waste years trying to become someone else, instead of building themselves. Oh, you don't need to have life figured out at 18, or 20, or even 30. Everybody moves differently. Some people bloom early, some bloom late. That doesn't make one life more valuable than another. But social media convinced people that being behind means being worthless, and that mindset destroys people. Have you ever felt jealous of someone, then immediately hated yourself for feeling that way? You're not alone. A lot of people feel that. They just never say it out loud. Sometimes the saddest part of growing up is realizing some people were only temporary. Friends disappear, relationships end, people change. And no matter how badly you want certain memories back, time keeps moving. That hurts, especially when you thought someone would stay forever. But maybe not everyone enters your life to stay. Maybe some people exist to teach lessons still. It hurts, because humans get attached. We replay old conversations, old moments, old memories, wondering what happened, wondering what changed. Have you ever missed an old version of someone? Not the current them? The version that once made life feel easier? Yeah, that feeling stays with people for a long time. Healing is weird. Some days you feel okay. Then suddenly one memory ruins your entire night. One song, one photo, one thought. And suddenly you're back in the pain. You thought you escaped. That's normal. Healing isn't a straight line. And honestly, some wounds never fully disappear. People just learn how to carry them. But carrying pain doesn't mean you're weak. In fact, surviving things that almost destroyed you is strength most people will never understand. Some people are fighting battles nobody sees, battles inside their own minds. And every day they wake up and keep going anyway, that deserves respect. Maybe you don't give yourself enough credit. You survived every terrible day you thought would break you. Remember that? At the end of life, what actually matters? Seriously? Do followers matter? Do expensive clothes matter? Do strangers' opinions matter? Probably not. What matters is how you made people feel, who stayed beside you, who loved you honestly, who remembered you genuinely. Because one day, all the noise disappears, and all that remains are memories. That's why kindness matters. That's why being real matters. That's why checking on people matters. You never truly know what someone is carrying. One conversation could save a person more than you realize. Have you ever had someone help you without even knowing it? Just by listening? Just by being there? Small things matter more than people think. So, are you actually happy? Or are you just distracting yourself enough to avoid thinking about what's hurting you? And if you're not happy, when was the last time you asked yourself why? Not your friends, not social media, not strangers, you, because maybe your life doesn't need more noise. Maybe it needs honesty. Maybe happiness starts the moment you stop pretending. The moment you stop chasing approval. The moment you stop comparing. The moment you finally allow yourself to breathe. Nobody has life fully figured out. Everybody is confused in some way. Everybody is healing from something. Everybody misses someone. Everybody fears something. That's what makes us human. And maybe happiness was never about becoming perfect. Maybe it's simply learning to accept yourself while growing. Slowly, quietly, honestly. So tonight, before you sleep, ask yourself one question. When nobody is watching, who am I really? And maybe your answer will change everything.